All right, here we are. Body by Vlad Show, episode 10. This is the end of our first season. Congrats, brother.
Appreciate it.
My name is John Robert Quinn, the guy who builds talk shows coast to coast. Of course, we're hanging out with Mr. Vlad Telaluyev. And after all this time, I finally figured out how to say your name.
I
It's
just
a good
remember
thing.
the first time you started saying that.
I know, it's hilarious. Go watch episode 1 and 2. It's just too funny. All right, so I want to get into a recap of the last 9 weeks on what you guys are doing. And then, of course, as we wrap up this episode, we'll talk about the future of the company and what's happening. So let's really start with who is Vlad Telaluyev and what is Buddy by Vlad?
So basically, I started working out when I was like 15 years old, and really got into it, helping people. And first of all, I wanted to help myself first because of the problems that I was going through. I was eating, just a bunch of junk food, and gaining a lot of weight, and people were teasing me about it. And then, going to high school and then getting picked on all the time. So definitely wanted to improve my physical appearance and start working out and get in better shape. And a lot of times I wanted to quit along the process, and basically what inspired me was to, I had this huge desire to change my physical appearance. And so I really just dove into it with this huge passion. And when I was in school or college, I was still going and learning through this process, and basically how to lose weight, how to maintain the weight off, what are the hormones involved. And so what I specialize in now is just weight loss, nutritional coaching, and pain management, helping people alleviate pain and symptoms of pain, and strengthening their muscles and teaching them how to eat properly versus here's what you got to eat. Here's a meal plan. Eat the same thing every single day. Who knows why you're doing it, for what reasons?
You know what I've noticed about a lot of these gyms, and I don't want to pick on anybody, but unfortunately a lot of them are doing it wrong. And what they're doing is they get everybody into a group. Everybody's doing exactly the same thing. Everybody's on the same meal plan, and then you see half of the room's getting results and the other half of the room isn't.
Yeah. Maybe 1/4, 1/3. They get results, but I like to look at long-term progress. Let's take a client 5-10 years down the road. Are they still doing the same thing which
Correct.
you've taught them?
What we want to do is we want to change the thought process. When I sit down and I coach a business owner, I don't want to just tell you how to do it. I want you to do it yourself and learn how to do it. So eventually you don't need me anymore. You need to be able to, teach yourself, you're going to fish yourself. I'm going to teach you how to fish. You're going to fish for life, right? Tell me a little bit about what you do that's different than, say, the other trainer down the street.
What would really differentiate us from a regular personal trainer, now there's a lot of personal trainers that are great out there, is just finding that unique approach to every single individual where, we take a in-depth analysis of everybody. You don't get that at a group training class. They don't ask you how you're doing mentally or physically or emotionally. Those are all very key factors to your success or not. Because like Natalia, she's doing great because her mental state is changing as well. It's not just, oh man, I got to physically do something. She mentally understands, and now emotionally she's doing better. And so it kind of trickles down. So there's just different subcategories, the deeper you go. So your nutrition is like your foundation of how you're going to do mentally and emotionally. If you eat, it's like if you have a craving, that's more of an emotional something, or you're stressed out, or what's going on in your life that causes you to go eat that food, and how much of it as well, so building that foundation, and then doing the strength training, and then the cardio, and just yoga, meditations, and it's more of a lifestyle. And so when you go to a regular gym, they just say, how much training do you want to buy? Well, I want to lose weight. Okay, that's great. I mean, different approach, completely different approach, where we look at different aspects of health versus just the PT, whether it be a chiropractor, a massage, a physical therapist, nutritional coaching, pain management, different aspects versus just one.
Now, talk to me about some of the different elements that we've covered in the last 9 weeks. We got into nutrition, we got into supplements, we got into a variety of different things. Go over a couple of those with me.
What's important is developing a plan of action where you're eating the right type of food, you're taking the right supplements at the right times for your body type. A lot of people have allergies or They're dealing with certain chronic conditions, and so what you want to do is to say, hey, we're not prescribing you anything. We're just telling you here's what will help that condition, and then it's up to you if you want to take it or not. Whether it's food or a supplement or it's a herb, to say, hey, if you're, this is what symptoms you're experiencing. Maybe you might be vitamin D deficient. The choice is up to you. We're not prescribing anything. We're just showing you options, and then you get the ultimate choice of saying, hey, maybe I want to try this and see. And so we're just there to advise people and say, hey, these are your symptoms. This is the possible correct thing that you should do right now to help improve that. And so, the strength training, conditioning is important. How much cardio you should be doing, when and how much, and for what purposes, because there's different types of training, and you want to develop a certain program for that individual, and that's going to be completely different versus somebody who wants to lose weight, somebody wants to do Olympic training, CrossFit, different types of, and so when you go on Google, you'll see all these different meal plans and everything, but people get lost because there's so much information, so many podcasts, so many different opinions, what you should and shouldn't do. And so I was actually talking to one of my servers, and he's a good friend of mine, Dustin, and he's doing the same thing, but he's training 1.5 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, and he's like, man, I don't see the results I should be seeing. And it's those type of people that you could be like, whoa, don't work hard, work smart. Like Natalie, she doesn't work out for 1.5 hours in the gym.
No.
She does 30 minutes, 40 minutes maximum, gets in, gets out.
But she eats the right stuff for the most part, and she gets up every morning and she does her workout, or she stops by on the way home from work and she does her workout, and she has the energy. And she'd probably do better if I wasn't such a lazy bum, but she's doing pretty darn well.
Well, it was funny. I was looking at statistics. There's people who want to go to the gym. There's people who could care less about the gym, who are just not interested. It doesn't matter what type of program, they're just not interested. And it's funny because my dad's the same way. I try to get him in, and he's just like, nope. Like, and it's like, I don't know what, I can't.
I hate moving. I don't like moving. I don't like moving.
So it's like, if you don't want to, that's fine. You do you, and when you're ready, if you are ready, you can always, where to go. So it's like, I'm not here to babysit and pressure people and saying, hey, you need to do it, because that would affect my business if I start training you and then you just quit and say, oh, it didn't work for me. Well,
exactly. I mean, I'm not going to babysit an adult. You're an adult. You can decide on what it is that you want to do.
Absolutely.
What transformations have you seen with your clients that just keep you doing this?
There's a lot that, they lose the weight, they're happy, and, they don't come in with health issues. They just lose the weight. They feel better. Great. That's great. That's one category. The next category is somebody who wants to build muscle strength and tone up. That's another category. The other categories are people who I see come in mentally, emotionally drained, stressed out, fearful and doubtful and don't have faith. And within a couple of months, everything changes.
You've played a huge part on me in how I handle my stress and how I live my life. Just your approach has changed how I say, well, I don't need to just be barking all the time. I need to just kind of let it happen. And if it works out, it works out. But it actually makes for a smarter business person, because I always have a contingent in place instead of sitting there and going, I need this deal, I have to get this done, and stressing out over it. And then you end up sometimes pushing that customer away instead of just going, if he pays, he pays. If he doesn't, he doesn't, and we move on.
Yeah, it's a very different approach, especially with fitness too.
But you're teaching lifestyle, though.
Exactly. We're teaching lifestyle, and we're teaching how to take care of your body, and whether it's like, I just got a massage today and the best massage probably I ever got in my life. And it wasn't just a massage. It was saying, hey, your hips are anterior rotated this way, which is causing your calf muscle to pull it this way, and your foot's not going the right way, and your back is this way, and this and this and this, and let's really dive in. And I think that's another aspect I want to get into, because the people do the personal training, but we also want to take care of the muscles.
Have you spoken with Patrick Mummy from Symmetry for Health?
No.
Okay, I'm going to give you a book. I want you to call him. I'm going to have him call you, and the two of you guys need to sit down. So what he does is, he's an old baseball player, and he was just killed with injuries. And what he found is it wasn't necessarily what he was doing wrong, it was how he was doing it. So what he wants you to do is he wants you to heal your muscles based on using gravity rather than stretching and pulling and doing all these things. I don't know how it all works. But I mean, he's made a career out of this. He's got offices. He works with major doctors. Yada yada yada. And again, he's an old professional baseball player. But I want to get you in contact with him, and I think the two of you guys would have a wonderful talk. All right. Before you go, I'll make sure to give you a copy of his book. All right, folks, listen up. Have you been dealing with trainers in the past that just don't meet your expectations? Are you tired of not losing weight? Give Body by Vlad a call, 916-764-2559. Again, 916-764-2559. Or visit bbvfitness.com. Again, bbvfitness.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and learn more. We'll be right back.